Good day, Andre Kutash here, your teacher for Sec5 English. This is a video for those of you who are doing the second competency, which is English in the written narrative. And this is course number 5102. Okay, and it's a 2-credit course, so that means you have about 40-50 hours of work to do here to get through this. And of course, you can work at your own pace at home, whatever. You have to do all the assignments that you see that are in your team. You go to the assignments, or if you go to post, you'll see the assignments. So you can hand in all your assignments either electronically through Teams by writing in a chat or whatever, or you could print out the sheet if you like that. You would have to print it out though, because I won't have time with this size of this class. So that's it. And then you can write your answers and hand it in manually if you want. So this course is all about, it's written narrative. Narrative means stories. So you're going to read short stories, and you're also going to do critical analysis of 2 stories. That's the playlist that you're going to be working on. And you have to also come up with a different ending to a short story. So for the exam, you're going to be given a short story where they're going to tell you at this point, change the ending. And you have to write, an ending that's using the same language, same structure of writing. Like if they use dialogue, where, quotation, he said, quotation, she said, quotation, then you have to use that kind of structure. You have to make sure that it's consistent with the story, same characters, the setting, all that, so that you can, when we read your ending, it should flow nicely from the original story. Okay, but it could be a different ending, right? It has to be a different ending. You come up, you use your creativity. So that's 30% of your mark, or 40% of your mark, one of the two. And then the other part is to do a critical analysis on a short novel, okay, that you're going to be reading in English class, okay? So that's the exam. So this exam is all about structure writing, okay? The critical analysis is something you have to learn and practice, okay? And not everyone gets it right away. Practice, take it seriously. And the things that you need to know for this is like the literary elements of stories, like plot, setting, theme, characters, climax, conflict, point of view, imagery, all that stuff which is in your teams. Okay, and the evaluation criteria I have here, it's also in Teams. So what it is it's again, this is a criteria, what you need to do to write a successful critical essay. So some things you have to have a thesis, which is your main idea, okay, for the whole story. So for example, the author highlights the meaningful theme that some people's criticism of others stem from a personal feeling of loneliness through characterization, symbolism, and setting. Okay. Another thing you'll get marked on is your connection with the text, or how does that story you've seen in the world or in another text, in another story. That's 10 marks. You have to also refer to the plot in your critical analysis briefly. That's in the introduction. You have to pick good quotes from the story. Okay, you'll have the novel with you when you write the exam. You're going to have a structured essay format, so each point you point out in the introduction with your thesis statement, where you said, that the author highlights the meaningful theme that, and then you say what the theme is through characterization. So after the introduction, you're going to talk about how the story it shows the theme through characterization. The next paragraph, how it's shown through setting. And then the next one, how it's shown through symbolism. And then you have a conclusion. So introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. That's the exam. And you want to make sure you use formal language. You don't want to write, this story sucks, this story rocks big time. You want to use language that your teacher would use, right? You also want to say whether the story is good or not. Okay, you have to give your opinion. This story is excellent, or this story is, somewhat good, but I have my reservation. You have to rate it, okay? And in your introduction, of course, you have to have the title of the novel, the author, the character and their situation, which is like the plot, brief plot. Don't give away everything, right? Just and your rating, whether you like the story or not. And then, then you have to have your paragraphs that topic sentences are supported by evidence and quotes. So when you say the theme is shown very clearly through characterization, you have to give me examples from the play. And of course, use correct grammar, spelling, punctuation, capitalization, sentence structure. Okay. So again, for the final exam, you're doing a critical analysis on a short novel. Okay. But the short novel is one that I have provided for you. So I'm going to give you two choices. And the practice assignments are doing critical analyses on short stories. Okay, that's how you're going to practice your writing. And that's it. Good luck.